My son thought it'd be a good idea to put the Batman vehicle in the foreground here, on the side of the road. He's getting a parking ticket. How dare he? So, without further ado, let's get on with looking at some more diecast toys. So this is a Ford Super Deluxe, and it's got a pile of crap on it. Of course, those of you who know, this is from Back to the Future. Love the artwork of the town hall there, and the Back to the Future logo. And this is made by Hot Wheels Pop Culture. Absolutely gorgeous. Very nicely finished in a shiny, rich piano black paintwork. Fantastic wheels, white wall tyres, and a big pile of poop on the top. Nice red interior. Ain't that great? Right, let's see if this big pile of poop comes off. Aha, there you go. Let's check out the poop first. Yeah, there's a pile of poop. There you go. And the car itself. So for those of you who remember, when it starred in the film, this was driven by, I can't remember his name, but he wasn't a very nice guy. He was really unpleasant to the junior guy. Oh my god, what's his name? And anyway, he ended getting up in a mishap with a lorry, a truck carrying manure, which overturned and covered his open top car and him in a big pile of poop. But isn't this gorgeous? What a lovely looking vehicle. Really nice. And unusually, Hot Wheels have replicated the period correct size of steering wheel. That's so nice. Okay, let's pop it down there. This pile of poop. Okay, so we're going to put the pile of poop somewhere safe for the moment. Okay, 2021 Morgan three-wheeler. I don't know why this is 2021. It should read something like 1936 or 1950 or something like that. Why it's got 2021 on it, I don't know. Matchbox product. I know a guy who owns 4 of these in real life, 1:1 scales, and each has a variation of bodywork. So this is called the boat tail, for obvious reasons, and he's also got an aero body where it's like a boat tail but slopes upwards. He's also got a barrel tail. So he has he has a spare wheel mounted on the back of the vehicle, and the back of the vehicle is a little bit like a circular aeroplane fuselage with the stubby end of the spare wheel stuck on the back, so it's known as a barrel tail. And there's one other design that he's got. Anyway, this guy, which I'm sure I've mentioned before, he drove one of his three-wheelers all the way to Poland from the UK. He kept up with traffic on the Autobahn, which is amazing, because even though this was made in around about 1936, he told me, it's got an amazing power to weight ratio. It weighs around 350 kilograms, which is nothing, and it's got an 85 brake horsepower engine. So 85 doesn't sound that much, but when you put it in a 350 kilo vehicle, it's pretty quick. This is totally gorgeous. It actually goes really well with the retro Morgan three-wheeler, which was actually made in around about 2022, which is a sort of retro design, a slightly sleeker, more modern look to it with even more impressive performance. That one is made by Hot Wheels. My friend told me that two of his three-wheelers have motorbike engines in them, which have more power than the other two which he's got, which has car engines in them. And I think they're all rear-wheel drive. So taking into account it's only one wheel, yeah, rear-wheel drive. He's also talking about the 2023 version, which a lot of them are rubber belt driven bike engines, I think, and a lot of the owners said that the rubber belts were disintegrating and they got them replaced, apparently free of charge by Morgan, with a chain belt. And Matchbox have done a really nice job here. Let's get a close-up of that. Oh, ain't that cool? Awesome. And because I found two of these, I thought it'd be quite a nice idea to give my friend one of these, since he's got the real thing, ×4. And I went to go and see him in his vintage antique shop, which he runs, and he was really pleased. Next up we have a majorette, so let's just get this Batmobile out of the way and the nasty policeman giving a ticket. I like majorette, collected quite a few of them as a kid back in the mid-70s, late 70s. So this is an Alfa Romeo Tonale. Let's look at this first. This is the card inside the packaging. Okay, 4 cylinders, engine size 1.5 litre. That's not very big, is it? Horsepower 160 pounds PS. I'm not sure what that means, PS. Speed 212 kilometers per hour, 0 to 100 kph, 8.8 seconds. So that's not very fast. So it's like a kind of medium-sized SUV, really, sort of crossover. Quite nice graphics, detailed interior by Majorette, and yeah, opening doors and rubber tyres. Okay, what have we got? This is a 1960 Chevy El Camino by Matchbox, and I do find a lot of toy cars, die-cast like this, in this delicate metallic blue. Just looks so good. Nice red interior. So the scale of this is probably 1/68. A little bit on the small side for 1/64 scale collecting. Nonetheless, it's very nice. Shame about the lack of chrome. Other than that, nicely executed. Okay, what's next in the box? It's not a basic mainline. What is it? Okay, this is 1992 Mazda Autozam AZ1. Have I seen this on UK roads? Can't be sure. It's quite unusual. Quite an eye-catching design with that kind of forward-facing rear window frame. Yeah, Not bad, I like that. A little bit out of scale, as you can see, with the El Camino. So let's put it over there, just out of frame. Okay, next up, it's another basic. What is this? This is Gordon Murray Automotive T33. I think I've got this in like a coral colour when it first came out, and also mistakenly I think I bought a second one of these. I don't usually like to buy duplicates, but I bought a second one of these in error, not knowing that I had had it in the first place. That's what happens when your collection gets a little bit oversized. I think the main thing with collecting is always buy within your means. There's no point in running up debts, and always keep it ordered. You know, if you've got a collection of stuff, and this goes for anything that you might collect, if you've got a collection of stuff which you can't easily access, you kind of lose track of what you've got big time, and you have a lack of space to store it, it starts becoming less enjoyable. So you don't necessarily need to keep it catalogued, but it's good to keep it in some sort of storage system which works. Okay, when this first came out a few months ago, this casting, it first came out in, what colour was it? Oh god, I can't remember. Anyway, I like this lovely primrose yellow with black accents with Porsche written on the bonnet, and this is a 904 Carrera GTS. Just a great example of what Hot Wheels can do for a basic main line which retails in the UK for around about £2-ish. Very nice wheels, lovely wheel design. Okay, next up. Okay, now this is something slightly different. You may have seen on the internet the advent, if you wish, of 1/64 scale remote control cars, where the quality of realism is really quite high up there. And you know what? For not a lot of money. So, excuse me. So this truck and trailer, I think, was around about £10. Including postage, and it is actually die cast. The pickup truck is made of metal body. So I'm going to make a separate video. I've got 3 different versions of this. I'm going to make a separate video of how they perform remotely, but in this instance I'm just going to get it out of the box to show you. I've got a feeling it's quite delicate, the wheel assembly. One comment I have is it's a shame that the track of the wheels is so wide, so much wider than the vehicle, but not to worry. The actual pickup truck is true 1/64 scale, made of die cast, and it's really nicely done. The wheels look good otherwise from the side, but just the amazing piece of micro scale engineering. So you can see it's got proper dampers here, the springs are retracting, and there's amazing wheel articulation. You just have to look at the detail on the chassis. This is just crazy. And the suspension is really soft, so I think that wheel articulation will actually work quite well. And and this is in sort of like Gulf livery type style. So you can just see it in the far left corner now, next to the Hot Wheels Land Rover Defender, just to sort of as a scale comparison if you wish. This is the other RC one I got. So this is modelled on a, looks like a Chevy Silverado, I guess. Again, 1/64 scale. And each of these, by the way, has a credit card sized remote controller, which is really cool. So it's screwed into the packaging. I won't unpack it right now, but just giving you a reasonable look of it. So the windows are blacked out, so there's no interior detail. Wheels look great, and you can just see, oh, and these have working lights as well, which is another crazy thing. So there you go. I'm really looking forward to making a separate video of these RCs. Forgot to say that this pickup truck also comes with a caravan. The caravan is, oh, is it metal base? I can't remember, but it's the bodywork is plastic, and I've mislaid that. It is somewhere. I just can't recall right now. So tell a lie, I did actually get 4 of these. So this is the third one, and so this is based on clearly a Mercedes-Benz non-licensed product. Otherwise they would show the 3-pointed star, 6-wheel drive, although I think the driving wheels on this model is just the probably the front axle beneath the bed. And again, scale on this is, yeah, 1/64, kind of spot on, really nicely finished. So impressed. This is the last one I got in the RC range. I am a Land Rover Defender fan, which I'm sure quite a few of you watching this will know. This is awesome. Again, the rear lights light up, as do the headlights. And I think this looks great. One criticism I have is the size of the wheels. I'm kind of more talking about the actual wheel rather than the tyre diameter. In other words, the tyres are a little bit too low profile, if you wish, for this rugged looking machine. But I think as a sort of minor cosmetic improvement, I think I might get a marker pen and black out the wheels to make them look like black alloy wheels, and I think visually they'll look a little bit better. Scale on this is annoyingly a little bit more than 1/64 scale, or rather less actually. It's about I'd say it's 1/60 scale, 1/60-ish or thereabouts. But it's a small enough difference not to make a difference too much. Okay, 68 Chevy Nova. This is Fast and Furious Silver Series Hot Wheels, and I have always liked this casting. It's appeared in many different colours because it's a really decent width. It's a really wide looking vehicle. Shame about the lack of chrome. Glinting in the sunshine. Okay, what's up next? It's a basic mainline lovely casting Jaguar Mark 1 Hot Hot Wheels basic mainline. Great wheel choice, awesome graphics, lovely shape. And they got a lovely amount of detail on the front one, on the front there. Get one. Isn't that awesome? This was a much sought after car on UK roads in the 1960s, I guess. This really is very nice. Love the wheels, graphics, just the shape of it. Nice amounts of detail on the front. And just look at that stance. Nice lowered look. So I got this because I just love the colour. Delicate gold. 70 Chevy Camaro RS. Yeah, it kind of has a luminosity about it. There. Isn't that lovely? Okay, next up. Okay, so 1937 Ford. Wow, that just looks amazing for 1937. So this is a wood framed shooting brake, which is the British term for, the old-fashioned British term for an estate car or a wagon, station wagon. This is really nice. Hot Wheels the 30s. Very nice. Delivery company, Hot Wheels. Just couldn't resist. 1991 BMW M5. I already have this in shiny black, and just look at this in white. Doesn't that look awesome? Wow, love the artwork. Well done, Hot Wheels. Just look at this. Will you take a look at that? Totally mafiosa. Although I suppose mafiosa would probably have a preference for black. Whoops. Awesome. Let's get a close up to check out the quality of the paintwork. I hope that's focusing. Okay, what an awesome vehicle. Couldn't resist this. My mother used to have a Fiat 500 or Cinquecento when I was about 5 years old, in a mustard colour with a sunroof, a huge sunroof, and she called it the mustard pot. And this vehicle really is tiny. If you think the old British Mini, the original one, was really small, you ain't seen nothing with this. This is even smaller than the UK original British Mini. But I think this particular model probably goes quite fast. 500D Modificado. So this has got a fixed boot lid for the rear engine. Nice bit of artwork. Oh yeah, and look at that, map of Italy in the sky. So when I like packaging, what I do is I get a craft knife and just take off the plastic There's other ways of taking the plastic off with alcohol, which gets rid of the glue. That's probably a better way, to be honest with you. But yeah, I plan one day to make a giant collage of all of these Hot Wheels packagings. I think they would look quite cool. Check this baby out. Awesome. Okay, what's next? What's next? This feels like a basic, and this one is Matchbox 1969 Camaro SS396. This is quite a high-stanced model. Nice artwork. Nice colour. Nice wheels. Bland interior. Nice racing lines or stripes. Lack of chrome, but there you go. I still like it. Let's pop it over here. Okay, another basic, classic Nomad, 1955 Chevy, and I like this. Just like it. I like the wheels. I like the sort of kind of luminous red windows, and the paintwork just is awesome. That's so cool. And those wheels, just check them out. Okay, let's delve into this bag. Feels like a mainline. And I've got a feeling I've got one of these already. 72 Stingray convertible. Awesome. So I'm going to leave this package, this one, and we'll probably sell it at some point, because I have, I think, got one already. Nice. Awesome Mercedes 1963 230 SL. Just the sort of simplicity, simple style. So I've got a feeling that Roger Moore, that's the James Bond actor from the 1980s, 70s, 80s, drove one of these as his private car, and I hope I'm right, but how do I know that? Because my mum, who was a professional pianist, used to teach Roger Moore's daughter, Deborah, the piano, and most of the time Deborah would be collected by a au pair, but I think on one or two occasions Roger Moore himself would pick Deborah up. Yeah, I like how Matchbox have done this. I hope that's focusing. Whoa, that's so nice. Lovely gold colour. Okay, next up, oh, it's another basic. It's another basic. And what a basic this is. This is Zamac Clear Coat Shelby Cobra 427 SC. Don't know what the SC stands for. Yeah, very nice. I like the exhaust manifolds or exhaust pipes on the side. Gorgeous. Very nice. Racing stripes. Very cool. That's exceptional. Scale wise, it's just a little bit bigger than the Mercedes, because in 1/1 scale it's a small vehicle. By the way, here is the caravan that goes with the RC pickup truck. In fact, it's more like a horse box. So it's a plastic body, but the actual tow hook on the end is plastic, but the rest of it, the chassis if you like, is metal, just to give it a bit of stability. Siku, German diecast manufacturer. So any of you living in the States, the USA, don't know how often you see Siku in your neck of the woods, but they're also interesting diecast company, sort of semi-premium if you wish. BMW i8. So what's quite nice is they put some stats on the underneath. Hopefully you can pick that up. Nice burnt orange colour with the electric blue accents. Detailed interior. That's quite cool. I think the 1/1 scale has kind of floating rear wings, but this one hasn't duplicated that. They've just got a black line. But yeah, quite a striking design if you see this car 1/1 scale. So I'm going to take a break and resume the making of this video probably on another day now, because I've got quite a few more to open up. Catch you very shortly.